thought of the week is Bossier Parish Recreation. It sucks. Um, this is our probably like, let me see. Kai played football in fall of 23. They played 2 seasons of soccer in 24. They played 24 to 25. They played basketball, and then now 25 to 26. Josiah is in basketball season again, and after all those seasons playing, specifically basketball, it's been probably one good team, one decent team. No, it hasn't been any good teams. I don't know if it's the coaches. I don't know if it's the talent around. I don't know if it's
Well, it's
B-Par.
parish. Where's the parish? You know, it's like we talked about before. The good coaches are coaching AAU, you know, the travel teams. So
Yeah, that's true.
hmm
The one good coach that Dayton and Kai. Remember when they played in 2024 in the summer YMCA Summer League?
yeah,
Josiah
Dayton and
played
Kai
on.
on the same team with them, right?
Dayton and Kai played on the same team. Josiah played on
Oh, Josiah
a
played on a
younger
different
age
team
group.
that year. Okay.
But that year was that summer. Dayton and Kai was playing for a really good coach, and he teaches them stuff.
Yeah.
So the next season, the season after that, the B part season that year, not Dayton and Kai, Josiah and Kai, remember they played on the same team.
Yeah.
So that year, the end of 24 into 2025, they were supposed to be playing with that coach.
Yeah.
B part found out that he was coaching in another league
Another
and
team.
told him
Yeah.
he could not coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's part of the issue too, is that I don't feel like they are actually allowing like the competition to play, like
Yeah.
real competition in the league.
Real
Because
competition. Yeah.
I think they knew that team was going to blow through everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So they not allowing like real competitiveness. And I don't know. I told Lee I think I want to be done with it and find other ways for Josiah and like Kai and Dayton in middle school now, so they're not playing with B-Part no more. But I think I want to find other ways for Josiah because there's other leagues around here like Houghton and Bossier, the cities like specifically.
Yeah. Well, my solution to that is you got a good basketball IQ. So maybe you should coach him.
Aaliyah been telling me for a while to start coaching.
Yeah. That's a solution to the problem.
I should.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. We'll circle back to that. Yeah. So my thought is studying the Bible. So I had a revelation today. Your dad and I was reading the Bible. I told Lee about it. So we have our Bible study on Saturdays, right? That's why I told you this morning. Yeah, me and Dad. That's why I told you this morning. Oh, I'm gonna call you back in about 10 minutes. Yeah, but because the topic we chose in my Bible dictionary, it was a really short paragraph. So I thought it would be about 10 minutes. But I just realized that it's a different revelations that I get when I'm studying by myself and when me and your daddy is studying, when we are studying together. But I realized, because I was like, and I told him, I said, I'm not really, it seemed like we're kind of forcing it sometimes. But then the Holy Spirit takes over and it's like, okay, it is going to be different from a single person studying than with two people studying. And it's crazy. Like we got to the end of the Bible study, and we talk about our takeaway, and it was really it was a revelation, like the ones I get when I'm studying by myself. So although the process is different, the little struggle is different, trying to communicate and put the different perspectives together, it still turned out, because actually when we were talking to Aaliyah afterwards, she brought up something we were talking about, and what she talked about was what our Bible study was
Oh,
about:
for real?
discernment. Yeah, and I was
Mm,
like, oh wow, okay,
mm,
God is hearing me.
mhm,
Sometimes it's not for us all the time,
mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So that's my thought of the week.
Um, Me and Aaliyah tried to do that a few
Okay.
times. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you had mentioned the awkwardness, not
Yeah.
the awkwardness, the struggle, kind of.
Yeah, the struggle. Yes.
And I can't get over that because like it does feel forced sometimes.
Yeah, it
Although
does.
we want to be on the same page, like
Yeah.
it does feel a little bit forced, but I feel like that's probably something we should probably work to like get over. Because after a few minutes, it does kind of ease up. Um,
I think it just in general too. Yeah, it's just the two minds, the two perspectives, the two thought processes coming together,
mhm.
and trying to talk about it together. Because it's different when you go to church in Bible study. The pastor is talking. So
Hmm.
it's different when it's two people actually trying to, come
Yeah,
to,
talk,
yeah.
formulate their own like opinions about what they're reading and what they understand,
Yes.
and then
Yes. And
try to
relay it.
relate it to one another, and
Yeah.
try
Uh-huh.
all while also trying to be like come to understanding to like be on the same page.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah. It's tough, but it takes practice.
All right. Well,
Okay, so let's move on.
oh,
That was
Grace,
my thought of the week.
you want to give me a hug? Hey, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Mm. Yeah, love you. Say hi, Mimi. Hi, Mimi.
Hi, Grace Renee.
All right, close the door.
I love you.
Say I love you. All right.
So let's talk about what this podcast is about and why we started it. So I am Missy Austin, the mother,
And I'm Devon
and
Austin, the son.
and it's just a natural. Really, to me, it's just a recording of our natural relationship. Devon and I talk on the phone about all kind of things. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about different things. We wind up talking for like an hour or two sometimes, just
Mm-hmm.
talking. And so we just wanted this podcast to be um the realization of our lives and our conversations, and show the authenticity and the closeness that we have as a Black mother and son.
With the
You
healthy
know,
relationship.
the healthy relationship of a Black mother and son that we think is not broadcasted enough. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so that's really why we started this, just for it to be a recording of our lives. That's it.
Yeah, and also want to showcase that it is possible for Black people, Black mothers and sons, to have healthy relationships, um,
Mm-hmm.
and we just want to talk about how we navigate our relationship through the different aspects of life. So we talk about
Mm-hmm.
business, we talk
Mm-hmm.
about careers, we talk about marriage, we talk about
Talk
different
about
family
children.
dynamics. Yeah, we talk about
Mm-hmm.
children. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so our audience isn't just mothers and sons exclusively. It could be for just mothers who are struggling. It could just be for sons who are struggling. It could be for mothers and sons who aren't struggling and have a healthy relationship that can relate to,
Yes.
relate to us. And then who also talk about whatever. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I talk about a lot of things with my daddy too, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, eventually we may get him on the podcast. But
Yeah.
um,
It's
you know,
different though.
it
The
is different.
conversations are
The
different.
conversations are
Yeah.
different. Like
Because
just the
y'all
other
talk
night,
about sports.
we
Y'all
talk
talk
about
about
sports.
sports a
We talk
lot
about
too.
cooking.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Um,
cook. I
yeah.
cook. Not as much as he
Mhm.
does.
Mhm. We also, but just the other night, mom, me, you, and daddy was on the phone for what, like an hour and a half, the other night.
Oh
And
yeah.
then,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember, but I remember one thing in the middle of COVID in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my apartment one day
Mm-hmm.
and we were on the phone for like 5 hours straight.
Really?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh
Um,
wow. During COVID?
but during COVID,
Oh wow.
we was on the phone for like 5 hours.
Me, you, and your daddy?
I don't know if daddy came in at one point,
Oh,
but
oh, it's me and
yeah,
you for five
uh-huh.
hours? Really? Oh
hmm
wow.
But you know, daddy was working during the time, so he might have been at work or
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Oh wow. God.
but
Well, I mean, it's. I never thought we talked for 5 hours before, but I mean, it's possible. I mean, it
hmm
happened, but
hmm
yeah. Oh wow. We should have recorded that.
I know. So I thought about something you said, as far as like staying in line with the introduction, and you talk about like the authenticity of our relationship. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but because we both know, not gonna say no names, but we both know
Yeah.
that our relationship has been questioned because that wasn't normal for that person.
Yeah. Well, another one. Um,
hmm
a male and a female. I guess
hmm
because that's not what they saw growing up.
hmm
So yeah, it came into question, which was odd to us. Like, but we understand. We also understand that um our experiences are different from others.
Okay. So kind of moving right into the next thing, our relationship. We kind of touched on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like you said, our relationship is authentic. We don't
Mm-hmm.
force any type of uh like the dynamics of our relationship aren't forced.
Yeah.
We
Because when
don't
he gets on my nerves and I have to tell him about himself.
yeah, we don't agree on everything, so that's something that we
Yes.
also want to highlight is that
Mm-hmm.
even in the healthy bounds of our relationship, there are still disagreements and
Yeah.
things that even me as a grown man, my mama like parents me.
Yeah.
Uh,
It'll never
so,
stop.
um,
But I
and
think but I think we've only had like one
one
disagreement
big
where we
time,
stopped talking, remember?
there was one time I was probably like 19 or 20
Uh-huh.
where we butt heads about something and then
Mm-hmm.
we didn't talk to each other for like a week.
It
And
was that long? I thought it was like 3 days, 4 days. I don't think it was a whole
I think
week.
yeah, it might have been like 4 to 5. Um,
Okay.
but I just remember it happened because I was in college. I remember it happening like at the beginning of that week, and then we had talked to like toward the weekend.
Oh,
So,
really?
so I
Yeah.
was talking to my daddy during that time.
Uh,
I just wasn't talking to you. And my daddy was like, "You need to call your mama," and I was like,
yeah.
I'm not calling my mama."
I think that probably was like a pivotal moment
hmm
going into our adult relationship. You
hmm
know, coming out of the mother and child relationship into
hmm
our adult relationship.
Because one thing that I tell my kids, one thing that you and daddy told us, that
Hmm.
ends up uh not being true as we navigate adult relationships is that I tell my kids now, y'all tell us that we ain't your friend. Um,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
now I look at you as obviously I look at you as my mother, but I also look at you as a friend.
Yeah, with boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I want to be a friend to
Mm-hmm.
an extent. Like some things I think that you would tell a friend, you wouldn't tell me. And
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
I'm a
don't.
friend to an extent.
Yeah, I don't dap you up and talk about things like I do my partners, but
Yeah.
you know,
Even your girlfriends.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's different, but yeah, I wasn't as strict as my parents. Well, not my mama, my daddy, but I was a balance. I was a balance of the strictness on top of the tenderness,
Mm-hmm.
a combination
Mm-hmm.
of both. Y'all needed guidance, but you didn't need to be beat down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
When I talk to people about how me and Aaliyah parent, and I'm the disciplinarian and I'm a lot like you. I
Okay.
can be like daddy in some situations where like
Oh,
it's
oh,
like
yeah, yeah. You are like your daddy.
I can be like him in certain situations when it comes to parenting. And like, you know what? I don't care. Just y'all better get this done before your mama get home or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm the more consistent disciplinarian. Um,
You think
I've had
so?
to learn. Yeah. Um, I've had to learn to be more like tender.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I always told you that.
yeah. But Aaliyah provides that a lot to them as well.
So it's a balance.
So it's a
Yeah.
balance. Um,
hmm But you
but
know what? And we're talking about this, but I just talked to your daddy too. Because I tell you jokingly but seriously how you are like your dad in a lot of ways. And I was telling him when we were in the car, um, and I told him how he wasn't the most affectionate one, right? I
hmm
was the affectionate one. And but that's how he grew up, not
hmm
really showing affection. So I told him, like, you are like that. Um, you are like he was, especially with your boys. Now, of course, you're more affectionate with Grace, but with the boys, you're not as affectionate with them as you
hmm
are with Grace. And I told your daddy that maybe if he talked to you, because I'll be telling him, you need to call your son, but you and I, when issues come up, who's the one calling you? I'm the one calling
Yeah.
you, right?
hmm
But I told him, I said, just think how powerful it would be if he was able to open up to you and, really be vulnerable with you. You
hmm
know, I think that would have a huge impact on your relationship going forward with your boys.
hmm
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
hmm Just a thought.
Yeah. I think it would for me because like I don't say this in a bad way, but I haven't seen I count on one hand and not even the full five fingers. How many times I
hmm
saw my daddy cry in my life,
Yeah, true.
you know.
Me too.
Um
Yeah. A little
um
more than you.
yeah.
As he got
But
older.
as he got older, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
hmm
I don't think I saw him cry. The first time I ever saw him like cry, well, knew that he cried. I missed it. I'm kind of mad. I missed it because I wanted to see it. But the way you described it when he found out Deja was pregnant,
Yeah.
um, but
Uh, yeah.
like of course, then I saw him cry at my mom's funeral and stuff like that.
Yeah. hmm
And but yeah, I haven't really seen him cry much. But also, I think like to your point, if Daddy did kind of like open up to me more, maybe like about his childhood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, then yeah, it might. I think I think it would help. It would it would help our relationship too. Not that it's bad. I think me and Daddy have a healthy relationship, but it'll probably make us even closer.
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
Because it's never too late
hmm
for it to be the dynamic between the
hmm
two of you,
yeah,
how
because
impactful it can be moving forward.
because um even the reason that both of us are like present fathers and active fathers.
Hmm.
I talk about myself being a present and active father because my daddy was around. My daddy was in the house. My daddy was there. My daddy was a present and active father.
Hmm. Hmm.
He is a present and active father because Papa, until he got older, Papa wasn't around. And for whatever reason,
Yeah.
that Papa wasn't around,
Hmm.
um, that made Daddy be like, you know what, I'm gonna be around for my kids.
Yeah. It sometimes it's either you're going in the same direction, or you're going in a totally
hmm
different
hmm
direction.
It's either the
And
apple
he
don't fall
chose
far from the
to,
tree or it
yeah,
fall on the completely other side.
yeah, exactly. So that's what he and I have alike, which is why y'all are, such respectful, and
hmm
we're proud of all of y'all, because our focus was on raising, you know, y'all. So that's where it come from. Our trauma bond,
hmm Yeah.
made us be, better
hmm
parents than our parents was.
hmm So with that kind of, you talk about the like your parents and how like the background that you and Daddy come from, and
Mm-hmm.
how that affected how y'all parent and how y'all were in our lives, and then obviously that
Mm-hmm.
blossomed into
Mm-hmm.
like how me and your relationship is.
Yeah.
But moving from that, um, what like in moving into the spiritual aspect, was it the fact that you didn't come from the best background that laid the foundation of your spirituality and your spiritual beginnings and stuff, or um,
Um,
was that even
I,
something that like my mom and your daddy talked about?
but that's what I used to tell y'all. I went to church. I was baptized. All of us, Yancey Lynn, Yonker Rao, Yonker Tweety, we were all baptized. We went to church, but that was the extent of God in the
Okay.
church. My mom and dad didn't talk about God at home
Mm-hmm.
outside of the church. And now that I think about it, I don't even remember if my daddy went to church with us. It was just my mama and her children, because we went to her family church.
What
But
was that?
um, New Rising Sun.
Oh, that was the family church.
That's the family church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we went there, but we just went on Sunday, and that was that.
Okay.
God was just a Sunday man,
Which is a
Sunday type
routine.
of man. Yeah, exactly. And but I do appreciate that foundation, even though it wasn't deep enough. But the foundation was set, and
Mm,
I could look at throughout my journey of life, before I accepted Christ. I could look back and see that, like, he was always there. But the actual spiritual journey, in order, for me to get saved and want a relationship with God, it started with um a Jehovah's Witness, Miss Marie. Remember, we were on Good Street. Miss Marie,
yeah,
Amanda's
yeah.
Amanda's
Uh-huh.
mom, Amanda that lived right across, yeah, on side
hmm
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Miss Marie, a Jehovah's Witness, she would come to the house, and she was really sweet. She wasn't pushy. We would
hmm
read. She would tell me her thoughts. I would tell her my thoughts. If it's something we didn't agree on, it was respected. Like, okay,
Mm,
that's fine. Because at that time, me getting to starting to read my Bible, I, I didn't read a lot of it. I read bits and pieces of it. And just from my Baptist background, there are some things you believe as a Baptist.
mm-hmm,
Um, and but I think for me now, I don't identify with Baptist. I'm just a Christian.
mm-hmm,
Because there are some Baptist beliefs, pastors or whatever that I've listened to that I don't agree with.
mm-hmm,
So I don't think it's about a denominational thing. It's about a spiritual connection to God. I'm a
mm-hmm.
Christian. So but
And
we
how old were
had
you when she used to come to the house?
oh
It was the early late 90s,
30
early.
maybe. I think I was
Okay.
like 30.
Mm,
So yeah, when she started coming and I started reading, and I think not too long after that, within that same year, is when we started going to Beautiful Zion.
yeah, because I
And
remember getting baptized in like 2000.
yeah, oh yeah,
Mm,
yeah, it happened that quickly. So God was waiting for me. Yeah,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
God had been waiting for me. But yeah, so I got saved. I remember where I was in my bathroom on the toilet, and I accepted Christ.
on Good
And
Street.
yeah, on Good Street. hmm And from then on, it's a journey, but I believe my parents laid the foundation, however rough it was laid.
Mm-hmm,
Um, and thus far, I'm so glad. Like now, like I told you earlier, like I have my own Bible study, and because my thing now is consistency and being intentional,
mm-hmm.
so we can schedule different things to do, events, activities. So I was like, okay, you know what? I need to schedule my Bible studies so I can be intentional in getting close to God and more consistent, because I have my journals um from from actually 2010 um and earlier than that. So I've been on a journey of getting to know God, but I haven't been consistent. So now I'm more about being consistent and showing up and showing God that I want a relationship with Him.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you, Daddy, man, that seek ye first the kingdom of God and all things will be added. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Yep.
I got tattooed on me.
Yeah, and I've heard that, so many times, but like actually to really internalize it
Mm-hmm,
and like and see the results of it.
mm-hmm,
Because being consistent with reading his word and trying to understand him, it has helped me to be consistent in other areas. Like now with my weight loss journey, I'm being more consistent in it. Um, so that's just one thing, but it's just so many things that he has revealed to me, and just by seeking him first,
mm-hmm.
man.
And that's kind of that's not exactly where I'm at in my
hmm
journey.
And
Um,
that's fine. Yeah.
yeah, and to bring it back a little bit, like you talked about how your parents laid the foundation, and it wasn't in like the greatest way. Um,
hmm
it was more of a routine that laid
Yeah.
the foundation,
Yeah.
and I could say that you and Daddy laid the foundation for us, for me and my siblings. But I would say that we grew up in a church,
hmm
but we didn't grow up in a church. The connotation ain't the same as when you hear somebody say we grew up in a church.
We grew up in the church. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
We grew up in a
hmm
church as in like we participated. My sister was on the dance team. We went to vocational Bible school and we're members of the church. We got baptized. Um, but I think you and Dad were also realists in
Yeah.
like your Christian walk. So
Yeah.
I know we didn't mention this kind of. I don't think we kind of mentioned this maybe briefly in like what our podcast is about, but that's also what
Yeah.
we are navigating is like healthy mother and son relationship through our journey of being Christians. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that you and Daddy laid the foundation because you say you were 30 when you got saved, but I was 19.
Mm-hmm. You were 19, yes.
And I could
Mm-hmm.
go back to that day and why I was going through the things I was going through.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Um, hmm and how I broke down crying in my campus apartment. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like seeking God. So,
Mm-hmm.
and since 19 to now 33,
Mm-hmm.
my journey has still been so up and down.
Yeah.
You know,
But that's why it's a journey. It's
right.
not a destination, it's a journey.
hmm But the foundation y'all kind of set. Just we went to church, we participated. But outside of that, we also it was also days where y'all was like, we don't feel like going to church today. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was also days where y'all was like, we ain't going to church, but hey, we about to sit in this den and read
Mm-hmm.
the Bible and do
Yeah.
like a Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
for me,
Mm-hmm.
that didn't paint the idea of Christians have to be perfect people.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
exactly. And neither
and
the hypocritical
right,
act,
to the
because some people
hypocritical
are
people.
hypocritical.
So
Yeah, because
I saw it from a
what y'all
realistic
saw at
human
church.
experience.
Yeah. So how y'all saw us at church, y'all also saw us
We
like
also
that
saw
at
y'all at
home.
home, right?
Yeah.
Y'all weren't different
Mm-hmm.
people at church than y'all were
Yeah.
that at home. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so for me, I'm real big into the hey, like I'm a Christian and I believe in God,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not perfect. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't try to portray being perfect.
Yeah.
Um, I like I said before, I try not to, but I cuss.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Mm-hmm. We
uh,
do.
I got a bunch of tattoos that some Christians might not agree with.
Yeah. But that's
I
okay
actually
because
I
it's
got an
about a
appointment scheduled
personal
next week.
relationship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
that's where
yeah.
I'm
You
at.
did have one schedule. Yeah.
And that's where I'm at in my journey is the the personal relationship. So like you said, I don't necessarily subscribe to a certain religion anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I wouldn't call myself Baptist. I wouldn't call myself
Mm-hmm.
evangelist or whatever. I would just call myself a Christian who is going through this spiritual walk as a divine, as a husband, as a father,
Mm-hmm.
as someone with
Mm-hmm.
a career, as
Yeah.
someone who kind of feel like I was, um, for lack of better words, called to showcase the goodness of Christ. Um,
Yes.
so that's where I'm at. It
Yes.
ain't perfect. The
Mm-hmm.
stuff that me and Aaliyah went through back
Yeah.
in last year in June, I haven't been to
Mm-hmm.
church since. It's
Yeah.
been hard for me to pray since then. But I
Yeah.
also know
But
that he's
God
still
knows
been
that though.
present,
Yeah, exactly. He's still there.
So my
And
journey
he
now is to,
understands.
yeah, and my journey
Mm-hmm.
now is to work back to what, um, because it's a relationship and no relationship is
Mm-hmm.
perfect.
Yeah,
And my journey
exactly.
now is to continue to work back to just to be better as a Christian. And then from that, everything, uh, everything grows and everything is impacted from that.
Yeah.
Um, my relationship with my wife is impacted from that. My relationship with my children is
Mm-hmm.
impacted from that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I'm at in my journey. And as the husband and the father in this house, I feel like it's
Mm-hmm.
important for me to establish that because I want to lay
Yeah.
the foundation with my children.
Yes, exactly. And you will. It like I said, it's a journey. It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
We strive to be Christ-like.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it's fine. You'll get there because God is with you. Every base you've been on, you have had a Christian
Mm-hmm.
supervisor, right?
Yeah. And now I'm that
Yeah.
person.
And now you're that person. See how God moves you.
Mm-hmm.
He places you in positions. So now, yeah. Ah, oh man,
Well,
yeah.
we got a lot to talk about um,
Mm-hmm.
as we grow this podcast and we have conversations and we let our audience into our
Mm-hmm.
relationship, our thoughts, our family
Mm-hmm.
dynamics, our spirituality above all. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so to kind of to wrap this up, because we're gonna get into a lot of stuff that you know might get a little emotional, but we
Oh
also
yeah.
gonna get into topics that you know, hey, we're gonna laugh and joke about. That we're gonna talk about business. We're gonna talk about school and
Mm-hmm.
just our beliefs and our like views on life. But kind of to that point, man, like what's some future topics that you kind of that
Oh
people should
yeah.
expect from us?
Of course we're gonna extend our relationship to his siblings also. Just how I also navigate being a parent to four adult children. Um, and it's actually easier. It's easier with you, my son. I don't know why, because
Mm,
the other three are girls, and but I guess it's just women, you know, and but also I think it's just you. You're not confrontational, and not saying that the girls are confrontational.
Dev
They just
is.
definitely not. Dev is exactly.
Me and Deja are a lot alike.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, you are. You are. Yeah,
And to
y'all
just
the
throw
ones
this
that
out
are.
there, that's all about
Mhm.
growing up in the church. I was called the church boy, and I'm not confrontational. But for the people that really know me, know that I ain't scared of nobody, and I don't mind fighting.
He's just joking. He ain't fighting nobody at this age.
Not with my back the way it be hurting.
Yeah. Yes, but yeah, so our future topics, like he said, business, more about the connection between, and I say the connection, just how our lives are parallel, in from my childhood to his childhood. Is that what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Um, the similarities, the differences from generation to generation. More about my childhood, his childhood, and how my trauma laid the foundation for his upbringing. So, some of the topics too, what lessons at the kitchen table, right? Remember we
Hmm.
talked about that because that's where a lot of our bonding came from that. Watching movies in the den,
Hmm.
our activities in the den. Yeah. Um, I mean, yeah, it's a lot to talk about. And our goal is um just be relatable.
Hmm.
I think also just to help people to make a connection, um and actually do some self-reflection,
Hmm.
because it's easy to see other people's faults, you
Hmm.
know or where they can improve. And so maybe by them seeing us, maybe it'll spark something within them, that something they may need to change about themselves, or even their relationship with their parent,
Hmm.
sibling, so it's not just about just mother and son, parent and child. It's just about relationships,
Hmm.
having boundaries and having healthy relationships, because think about it. Me and your daddy talked about it. It took a minute for you, Dev, Deja, and Danae to really have that relationship, to have an adult relationship.
Hmm.
Y'all had a good
A sibling
childhood
relationship.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but moving into adulthood, like I think y'all got it now. I really
Yeah.
do.
Me and Dev didn't have a real adult relationship uh
Yeah.
until I was about 27.
Okay.
You know,
Oh
when
wow.
when
Okay.
I was going
Really?
through all I was going through,
Yeah.
when I was here the first time out in Shreveport. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so remember when I talked to her about some stuff? Well, I was 26. My bad. I was 26. It was in
Okay.
2018, right after I got out here. And remember, I talked to her about some stuff, and the other party didn't like that. I had
Yeah.
finally like
Yeah.
opened up to her about what was going on with
Yeah.
me, and
Mm-hmm.
from there, uh, we started opening up to each other. She started opening up to me about the stuff she had going on, and
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm. Oh wow. Okay.
hmm and then the next year, like no, not the next year, I'm tripping, but yeah, from there that like sparked our like really like adult relationship.
Okay. Mm. Oh wow.
Hmm
Yeah. Then just the what you said what you went through last year and seeing when she was supposed to leave that day. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Debbie was supposed to leave, and when she decided, like when you called, and she was like, you know what, I'm coming with y'all.
hmm
I'm gonna push my flight back.
hmm
So and that right there, I can see the closeness and how much she loves because it's about because you can love people, but it's also about showing up.
Yeah,
you
you got to
know
show up for them.
and yeah, and she showed up in a big
Hmm
way.
hmm
How she sacrificed, put aside what she had to do to be there for the two of you.
hmm
So yeah, so I see that, just that act alone, I see how your relationship has grown with her.
And
Mhm.
that's something like tied to our goals that we want people to see because we're not therapists, we're
Mhm.
not um know-it-alls, we're not any of that.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
we just want people to see our life through, like I said, a healthy mother-son relationship that is
Mhm.
rooted in Christ, um,
Yes.
and also imperfection. You know,
Yes. Exactly.
um, so
Real. Real.
yeah.
Realistically.
hmm
Yeah.
So yeah, to your point, like about future topics, we
Mhm.
got a lot to talk about. Even sports. My mama don't know much about sports, but I know a lot. So I'm going, try to school her and some stuff. Um,
Yeah. I don't know
we got
stats. Like
she don't know
I
stats.
know I know how to analyze
Hmm
things, analyze different aspects of sports or people. So that's our connection because he can also
hmm
do that too. Now, don't ask me about no stats.
And then from there, uh, allow people in to see like what's kind of been developing for both of us over the last like 5-6 years about like business and entrepreneurship,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
also being real about the fact that not everybody need to be business owners. Not everybody need to be
Yeah,
entrepreneurs because even in the black community, we need lawyers, we need doctors, we need politicians, we need
exactly. Exactly.
as much
Mm.
as COVID painted the healthcare, rightfully so, as what was the word they used? Like not said important. What was the word?
About what?
Essential,
Oh
essential
yeah.
workers.
Essential workers, yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
we also want to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who's to say McDonald's employee isn't essential? Because I see the
Is an
line at
essential.
McDonald's line long all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
People complain about their food all the time. I don't really eat McDonald's, but
Yeah.
um, but yeah, we got a lot to talk about. A lot
And before
to discuss.
and before we end, as you can already tell from our accents, we are from the boot
hmm
down south.
And we also
And
got that to talk about.
yeah, because people stereotype um Southerners as what?
Um,
Unintelligent, dumb, yeah, which is dumb in itself to say.
hmm
Um, but yeah, so just to let y'all see that what you see sometimes in the media portraying Southern Black folks from Louisiana as unintelligent is not the case. And we're here to prove that, to disprove that stereotype.
Yep. Homer stand up, good street, back in town. My mama from the east side, so I don't really claim that, but um, we got a lot to show y'all as two people from the boot,
To
navigating
educated people,
life,
to
educated. Although
educated
I ain't got
people
my bachelor's yet, but
from the boot. Mm. Graduated with honors, though.
yeah, I'm a couple classes away.
Yes.
All right,
Well,
ma.
it's nice. Okay. All right. Guys, just come back. If you want to hear some real life stories, some authentic um revelations, relationships,
In conversation.
and conversation. Exactly. All
All
right,
right.
honey.
Peace.
All right. Peace out.